Hello. You guys can comment. This is a very unusual time to go live, actually. But I decided to stream anyways. Somebody said something offensive for sure. I don't know what you're saying, but welcome. Of course. Sorry, I don't know how to read Japanese. But you're very welcome for whatever you said. I'm about to read, but not before I see anyone saying something. I've been collecting stories for a while. Not really. Not for a while. Leon King. Thank you very much. I don't know what you're saying, but I could read you now. I mean, the previous messages I couldn't read. Thank you very much, Leon King. Subscribe if you can. If you want. I'll appreciate it. Why am I lagging? I see myself lagging. But I think you guys are seeing me fine. Maybe that's just my computer. It's most likely to be my computer. Get connected already. Get going. Sorry about that. It was from my side. Come on. I'm getting stressed right now. I'm getting stressed right now. Okay, I think the audio is fine. The audio is fine, finally. Even though nobody joined so far. People are coming and going, of course, but they're usually just swiping. So today, the story I'm about to read sounds kinda realistic to me, but of course, they're all made up. You can't believe anything you read in the internet. You ever have a memory you wish you could just burn out of your skull? A memory that pops up every now and again, and when it does, all the same damn feelings come flooding back. The beginning sounds very interesting, in my opinion. Worth reading. So let's start again. You ever have a memory you wish you could just burn out of your skull? A memory that pops up every now and again, and when it does, all the same damn feelings come flooding back? One of those memories that make you sick to your stomach. One that feels like a dream you can't wake from. I wish it was a dream. I think I should connect my microphone because this story is very record worthy. I should make a video later. I don't know. But I'm waiting for my audience first. I don't want to waste my energy. Let's start again. You ever have a memory you wish you could just burn out of your skull? Hello everyone. I hope you're doing great. Don't hesitate to say something because that's gonna keep the stream active for the algorithm. Let me just keep reading anyways. I wish I could go back to that weekend when the only thing I was worried about was Rico's cheap damn combos in Street Fighter, one of my favorite fighting games. Yeah. Sometimes I get confused if it's Street Fighter or King of Fighters because I love both. I basically play every single fighting games out there. I try to at least. But the air in Detroit is heavy with things that aren't supposed to be there. This is how it started for me. This is what I went to forget. Oh, sorry, this is what I want to forget. It was a typo, I think. This is what I want to forget. You know that feeling when you're being watched, but the person watching you is a mile away? That was Faircrest at dusk. Okay, that sounds creepy enough. That sounds creepy enough. I'm gonna read slow, very slow, so that people can catch up. I don't know what to say or what to do. Let's wait for some people to join first. I see somebody just joined. Whoever you are, you may comment something. You should. You should. Hello. I think the light is reflecting on my glasses. And that's it. Stupid look this way. It's not like I really need the glasses. I just wear them to protect my eyes. Blue filtered glasses, you know? They're good for your eyes. Especially when you're using devices all the time. Computer, your phone, laptop. So I think everybody should get a pair of these. Hello? Anybody home? I really like the start, the beginning of the story. So maybe I'm gonna make a video about it. Maybe. You ever have a memory you wish you could just burn out of your skull? A memory that pops up every now and again, and when it does, all the same damn feelings come flooding back? One of those memories that make you sick to your stomach? One that feels like a dream you can't wake from? I wish it was a dream. I wish I could go back to that weekend when the only thing I was worried about was Rico's cheap damn combos in Street Fighter. But the air in Detroit is heavy with things that aren't supposed to be there. This is how it started for me. This is what I want to forget. You know that feeling when you're being watched, but the person watching you is a mile away? That was at dusk. I was sitting on the floor of my friend Rico's living room. The SNES was humming, the TV screen throwing jagged blue and purple light over the walls. Rico was leaning so far forward he was practically inside the tube, his tongue poking out the corner of his mouth. You better not hit that cheap move again, Rico. Rico said that basically. I warned. My thumb's aching from gripping the controller too hard. Okay, pretty gaming situation. Two kids basically gaming. I think the delay isn't very big today. Okay, let's continue reading the story. You better not hit that cheap move again, Rico. I warned. My thumb's aching from gripping the controller too hard. You're just mad because you're losing, Ant. Ant, not Aunt. Ant. He's insulting him, basically. He shot back, a wicked grin. Shh, okay? He shot back, a wicked grin splitting his face. I ain't losing. The controller's ticking. You finna lose, he cackled. Somebody commented, I think. Why can't I see it here? On the screen, Blanca let out the digitized screech and electrocuted my character into a pile of pixels. I groaned, dropping the controller against my chest. Man, that character is broken. It's not broken, it's just simplified. It's too simple to use. You just tap the button and it's just use that electric shock, you know? Yeah, Blanca is very easy to use for sure. But that doesn't mean it's not an advanced character, because there are stuff you have to be... What the hell am I talking about? Games now. Sorry about that. Just got carried away. Rico didn't even look up. Life's broken, man. Adapt. Behind us, Rico's older sister was sprawled across the couch. She had a textbook open, but she'd been open staring at the same page for 20 minutes. She kicked Rico's shoulder with a socked foot. What does that even mean? Maybe they meant foot. Okay, so socked foot. Socked foot. Oh, what's up? Oscar. It's been a while. What's up, man? I was just reading a random story. How are you doing, man? Okay, so I got your vote. Okay, so I'm loud and clear. That's good. I've been kinda inactive with the streaming because not too long ago my uncle passed away. A very painful situation, and I took a while to heal from that. And I was busy also, you know. The mood wasn't there really. I mean, I was uploading shorts after a week, of course. You don't need a lot of time to make shorts. But videos, on the other hand, I was really going slow with this. I'm usually slow with the long-form videos in general. On purpose. Because I think, for me, shorts and streaming works. Yeah. I've never seen anyone dying with this much pain in my whole life. Not even in the movies, you know? In the movies, a lot of times you see people dying, like in a war, or in a horror movie even. His situation was so brutal that you can combine a horror movie scene with a war scene. Still, his situation was far beyond that. Imagine if you're, like, every single organ inside you, they're all damaged. The pain is brutal. He couldn't sleep for days. I mean, like, you know, he was unconscious. I don't know if you can count that as an actual sleep, because doctors were putting him to sleep unnaturally later on. He couldn't lie down at all. For like 3 to 4 days, he was standing up. He couldn't sit. He couldn't he was basically a zombie. And seeing him, I wasn't even that close to him. It's not like I'm so close, that's why I got sad. And if I wasn't so close to him yet, I'm feeling this so much. Imagine how you're gonna feel if you were actually close to him. Good that his mother wasn't there. I mean, grandma passed away a long time ago. If she saw that, she would die before him. Because no mother can see their son with this much pain, you know? We gotta be very, very health conscious, man. Because that's the only life we're gonna get. We have to be strong. We have to stay strong, so that we can lift ourselves up, also others. Health is the most important treasure you already have. That doesn't mean you gotta be very, very strict about every single thing. Of course not. You have to live your life, but you have to pay attention to your health. You have to value your body. You have to listen to your body. A lot of people don't. They're just cocky, overconfident. They think nothing gonna happen. Nothing happened, so nothing gonna happen. In my opinion, it doesn't matter if you're an 18-year-old or 80-year-old. You have to think like an old man, an injured old man, if you want a healthy life. Don't be overconfident, because maybe your brain is telling something like, yeah, I can do it, it doesn't matter, but your body gonna feel it later. So listen to your body. Always listen to your body. I see a lot of people ignoring symptoms, you know? They think nothing gonna happen, and that makes me sad. When you're in the hospital and graveyard, only then you realize how short our lives are. Like, everything is temporary. You're gonna die today or tomorrow, you don't know that. Every single day is like a bonus, is like a gift. Yep, I saw a man with 2 kidney damage. He was so much struggling in hospital. 1 month age, I was in hospital for my uncle. At the same time, I saw the man, okay? He was around 30 to 32 years old. See that? 30 years old, a young man. He died, right? 32 years old, whoever he was. So, age, if somebody tells you that I'm young, nothing gonna happen. I'm a 30-year-old man, what gonna happen to me? Not necessarily. I've seen kids dying cause of heart attack. I've seen kids getting diabetes. You know, it's 1 month ago. 1 month ago. So very recent. My uncle passed away like 1 or 2 weeks ago. Yeah, no, actually February 1. So yeah, almost a month ago as well. So you see, age is just a number. You will see a 50-year-old man very strong, and you will see a 15-year-old boy very weak. So age was never the factor here. So never use the excuse that I'm very young, so I can do this, I can do that, nothing gonna happen to me. It's stupid. It's very stupid when you talk about age. For example, if I look back 10 years ago to my younger self, 10 or yeah, 10, I'm 10 times stronger than him right now. But that 10 years ago, whoever myself was younger. But that doesn't mean my younger self was stronger. So never use the age excuse to do things. My uncle was relentless. He was never health conscious. He used to think food will never gonna hurt us. Food is food. Food gonna help us. Food is for survival. How come food can hurt us? Nothing is good when it's on an extreme level, you know? So of course, food is good. But when you have too much food, that food can become poison. Like water, for example. We have water to stay hydrated, to stay alive. But if you drink too much water, let's say 10 liters in an hour, you're gonna die. You can't even drink that much, of course. Throughout the day is different. Of course, throughout the days you can drink 10 liters. That's not my point here. Medicine, for example. We take medicines so that we heal. But if you take the whole dose, like the whole bottle, for example, that's gonna act like a poison to you, and that's gonna kill you. Nothing is good when too much, also when too low. We always gotta find the sweet spot for everything. For everything. I'm not lagging, right? Because sometimes I keep talking and then I realize I was lagging the whole time, and that really kills my mood. That kills my mood so much that I feel like ending the stream right away. But I control. I try to tell myself, don't lose. Like, I mean, I'm not angry, of course, but just don't lose yourself. Be calm and continue the stream, and that's how I continue. Anger is a bad thing too, of course. Anger is a bad thing too. Should I play some music? I will, but not now. I will. 5 likes. 5 likes. Even though I see nobody right now. I'll be right back. Don't leave me, whoever you are. I'll just get some water. I'm a vampire when it comes to water. I need water all the time. Because that's how I grew up. Drinking water every other hour. I'm back. I'm back. I think I lagged. You know, one thing when we talk about and cook meals at the point, the food of animal tribes is the best. The only in one food which is not in Austin. Yeah, I think you're right. You're talking about basically paleo kind of diet, right? Where we're not overcooking stuff. Basically eating things naturally, like how the way our ancestors used to eat. Boiled foods, yeah, obviously, but it's not like you can't even cook anything. Of course, cooking is important. For example, you can't have raw eggs that gonna give you a lot of issues. They have bacteria, salmonella, I don't know, a lot of things. But yeah, for example, fruits. You don't have to cook fruits. A lot of raw veggies, they're all healthy, and the veggies you can't eat raw, you can just boil them, but it's not sustainable that way. You can't eat everything boiled up. I mean, the only issue is where we use a lot of oil and we deep fry. Like, you can have eggs, you can boil them, you can even fry them sometimes, but over frying, using so much oil. Yeah, half boiled, very amazing. But even if you fry them, just use less oil. We do, like, the biggest mistake we ever did was using too much oil and sugar in our lives. Just think about it. Everything we eat so far, every single day, all are good. The only two things that are like ruining our diets, basically sugar and oil. I'm not sure if anything else. Like, commonly, what we have usually, fried stuff, sweet stuff. If we remove these two things, we're actually fine. We don't have to work extra hard to be healthy. Yeah, if you eat junk food every single day, you just have to quit that. And maybe every now and then you can enjoy some tasty food. It's not like you have to live like a prisoner. Let me tell you, I don't know if I should talk like that because he's dead basically. So if I say something like the mistakes he made, it's gonna feel sad. But let me just talk about it still. One thing. Like he used to be very, very addicted to sweets. He could eat like 10 ice cream bars at one go. And he would never feel bad about it. No regrets. Like, what's the big deal? He never understood the concept of not eating too much sugar. Eating too much sugar can really hurt you. He never understood that. And I'm not even exaggerating. He actually ate 10 ice cream bars at one go. I can't even eat more than 2 if I want, if I push myself. I personally avoid sugar, even if I can't eat sweets. I'm a spicy lover too. Like, my spice tolerance is very strong, but still, I'm trying to lower it because, you know, if you eat too much spicy foods, you can get ulcer and maybe more things I don't know about, but ulcer is a common thing. But yeah, spicy foods are amazing. Better than sweets, of course. I do like sweets. It's not like I hate sweets. I don't hate them, no. But I avoid eating too much. For example, if I have ramen, okay, yeah, ramen, obviously, ramen 3x and YOLO chips already done. Okay, so you did the one chip challenge. Okay, I never had those. You tell me your personal experience because I'm a spice guy. I'm not gonna call myself a spice king, but I love spice. My tolerance is the most, like, in my family, nobody can eat spicy food as much as I can. So I'm very strong with this. And I want to try those one chip challenge. Joel chip, and what's that? One chip challenge and dead chip. Basically all the same. Can you tell me if they're actually very spicy or not? Or they're just exaggerating, lying basically in videos? I mean, they're spicy of course, but how spicy they can be that they can make you cry? Joel chip is kind of a danger chips, and you should prepare for doctor. Are you being serious? Like, is it that dangerous? Like somebody who can eat a lot of spicy food, maybe they won't suffer. A normal person who can't tolerate a single pepper, maybe they will suffer. I'm not sure about it. But you're making it sound scary. Way too scary. Did you suffer? My question is, when you had that, did you suffer? I should talk a little bit slow because when I talk too fast, I babble words. Yep, I suffered for 1 day, but I still love it. You suffered, and you still. That's spicy lovers, basically. We suffer, but we enjoy. Like when I make like noodles or pasta, whatever, I use every kind of spices I have. I make them red hot even, you know? So, hot ones. First we feast. Sorry, I think I lagged. I know I lagged. So, what was I yeah. That show, First We Feast. Hot ones where celebrities eat spicy wings. Yeah, now I'm not. Am I lagging now? I think I'm fine. This problem will stay, like, I don't know how long, but this problem will stay for a while. Because it's my router situation. I have to change the location. And maybe I will. Because it's near my bathroom. That's why. It's in a sensitive situation where it gets touched all the time. Yeah, I know. I lagged twice. I lagged twice. Yeah, but that's not the issue here. It's my router in general. The router, let me explain my, yeah, let me explain my router situation. For some reason, my router switch is like whenever somebody turns on the bathroom and that switch like somehow gets connected to the router, like it turns off the router for a while. Every single time I'm lagging, it's basically somebody's going using the bathroom. So the switch is somehow connected with the router. Whenever you switch it out, like even if you touch the switch gently, the internet lags. I don't know what's the issue. It's very, very stupid and makes no sense. When I talk about it, it makes as if I'm crazy or something. It doesn't make any sense. I know, but it happens. Someday I should film it and show you guys. You turn the bathroom switch on, your internet gets disconnected. Turn it off, same. You just can't touch the switch. I have to fix it, and I will. And yeah, that Type-C OTG cable, I actually have that. Right here. But I will fix it. Absolutely I will. I have to. I thought it was okay. Today it's doing the same rubbish, illogical behavior again. Stupid. Stupid idiot. I'm gonna end the stream if it happens again. Who is another one? I don't know. Whoever just, just swiping up and down. They're not really saying anything. Sometimes when you watch the live streams vertically, swiping, you don't say anything till you enter. Hold on a second. I think I'm lagging. Yep, I'm lagging. And that's interrupting me. That's interrupting me. I have to wait. Let me just check. I'll just check. I knew it. I knew it. Somebody turned the bathroom's light on by tapping that annoying switch. But it's not possible, right? How is it even possible? I have to ask the guy who was fixing the router the other day. Not the router, the switch, basically. Okay, I see 3 now. I just came YouTube for looking for some websites for anime. Okay, so you watch anime too. Same here. Even though right now I'm not watching anything. Weeks ago, I was watching. Sometimes I watch animes like not very popular. You know, I don't watch too popular animes all the time. I was watching. I mean, they're popular, of course. Like I was watching two animes. One is Hajime no Ippo, very old, and Baki. I was watching these two. I just finished Dragon Ball Daima. So yeah, I watch anime all the time. Not now. You know all those old school animes. Whenever they release a new series, I gotta watch those. New animes, however, I don't watch them religiously. I would check them out once in a while. But yeah, I'm an old school anime watcher. But I kind of want to watch the new ones too. It's just I don't have a lot of time. Even if I have, I don't feel like using a lot of time to watch so many animes at once. I always focus on show because I binge watch. If I start a series, I'm gonna binge watch. So what anime you're watching right now, Oscar? I didn't finish Baki, by the way, but I will. 15 minutes already. And I haven't read any stories. That's not fair. I should. You should try Black Clover solo leveling. Yeah, I actually played the game Solo Leveling, and I think it's a very promising anime. Magic and Muscles. I don't know that one. The Daily Life of Immortal King. Windbreaking. Okay, so Solo Leveling and Black Clover. I'm actually interested to check those out. Okay, from this list, which one I should start first? I don't know about the Magic and Muscles, by the way. I don't know what's like. I heard about it, but I don't know what kind of anime this is. Like, no idea. Like Black Clover and Solo Leveling, I've seen them. I've seen clips. I know about the plot. I know the theme. Muscles sounds like a very straightforward anime, right? Maybe there are two kind of fighters. You should try as the list starts. Okay, so Black Clover. Okay, I'll go for it. Black Clover. How many seasons and how many episodes can you... Okay, I can actually Google that. I can obviously Google that. I really enjoy watching short animes, you know? Something like One Piece. I could never start. Because whenever I start and I realize that, okay, it'll take years to finish, I immediately stop watching. I think I'm the only one who who played the games before watching some animes. Like I played One Piece games, but I never watched One Piece. I did watch live actions, the movie also, the animated movie, not the live action kind of thing. I don't think there's any One Piece live action movie. Avatar, yeah. I watched Avatar live action too. But I will go for Black Clover first. It's definitely a promising one. They're short anime, and I complete most. They're in 2 days. Really, I don't have that much endurance, you know. Like, I can, but I get tired. I can maybe watch 10 to 12 episodes a day if I want, but that's about it. I really don't like to watch more than that. If I break them down, however, yeah, then I can. This way I can watch maybe 24 or 30 even. But this works only if you're never interrupted, you know, you're alone, nothing to do. You're basically free. I'm free. It's not like I have a lot of things to do. Yeah, I get that. I get that. Especially when the episodes are already online. If it's a new anime, however, you can actually wait and watch. That's a good way to watch. You watched Naruto, by the way, right? Naruto, the whole series, Shippuden. I'm not counting Boruto, by the way. Naruto Shippuden. After Dragon Ball series entirely, Naruto is my favorite anime. Dragon Ball is basically nostalgic. It's really not a story-based anime. It's good, but just because I grew up watching Dragon Ball, I'm not gonna say it's the best anime. It'll be in my number one, of course, always. But if you talk about stories, Dragon Ball lacks that, in my opinion. You know? But it's a great anime, of course. They're so long, that's why I can't start. Yeah, Naruto. You can watch the first, when Naruto was little, the Naruto season. You don't have to watch Shippuden, you know? And Boruto, of course, you don't even have to watch that. Just watch the Naruto, you will definitely like this. In my opinion, this was the biggest inspiration for a lot of anime. And a lot of creators will admit. You can actually check that out. Maybe watch the first 10 episodes max. You don't even have to watch more than that. You will enjoy, I guarantee that. I think Naruto was the reason I started watching anime like religiously. Like, I have to watch this anime, that anime. Before that, I was like a casual one. I used to watch Dragon Ball Z, and that's it. But after Naruto, I was like, I gotta check this anime, I gotta check that anime. I was really getting into it. So yeah. One Piece, I don't think I will ever watch that one. It's a great anime, but too many episodes. Way too many. You watch Death Note? Death Note and... yeah, Death Note only. One of the greatest short anime of all time. Absolutely, hands down. And I can rewatch that season. They have like one or two... How... Death Note has like 20 episodes, right? I don't know, I forgot. Okay, so you just... How many episodes? I forgot. Why do I remember as 20? Not 20. $37. 2 seasons. I don't know why I remembered as 20. 37, yeah, exactly. Oh, maybe One Punch Man season 1 was 20, because that's a short anime too. Now now it's kind of decent because it got 3 seasons. 37. Yeah, exactly. I just forgot because it's been a while. But I watched Death Note like twice. 2014 was my first time, and 2020 during COVID I rewatched it, and that's it. 2020 when I watched it on Netflix. I think so, because it was available on Netflix. I just completed in 2 days. Dude, you're a monster. You've... I mean, it's not that hard, but you monster, don't you? How many movies you can watch a day, if you want? Let's hear it. I have a friend who can watch multiple movies a day. Oh, that uncle who died, he was also a cinephile who could watch like 3 to 4 movies on one go. I don't know how people do that. You don't have to be like, you need a lot of endurance to do that, of course. And a peaceful life where nobody's interrupting you and calling you for things every now and then. This is the main issue I have. And when I get interrupted, I just lose my appetite, you know? Let's say I'm watching something, I'm enjoying the moment, and suddenly I get a call, and I do that. The momentum. I don't have Netflix subscription, that's why I watch other webs. No, I don't have right now as well. But during 2020, I was using Netflix a lot. I never use any like Netflix or Amazon. And for anime, I don't use them, of course. Websites are way better. They're for free. In fact, I have a lot of anime right now. I download it. You don't need to pay to watch anime, of course. But sometimes new animes are hard to find. That's where we get struggled. That's where we get a lot of struggles. Right now, I don't even care about Netflix or Amazon. Every single thing is out there for free. But during COVID, for some reason, I wasn't really using other websites. I was just using Netflix. I can watch one more movie until I fall asleep. Okay, that makes sense. But for me, it's different. If I keep watching things, my sleep just goes away. Yeah, if I watch like shorts or reels, I just swipe without paying a lot of attention, then I can fall asleep. But if I watch something and trying to understand, I will stay awake way more than usual if I keep watching. For me, it doesn't work that way. For me, what the hell? Oh, dude. You watch Dragon Ball Z, by the way, right? I really love action-packed anime. And I do love playing games, of course. You should, man. These are classic anime. Just just watch the Z series. You don't have to watch GT. You don't have to watch Super. Just watch Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Z Kai. Basically, the Kai is like a compressed version of Dragon Ball Z. No fillers, you know. A lot of times you get fillers and stuff. The Dragon Ball Z Kai is like a compressed version. So you can give it a go. Dragon Ball Z and Naruto, the first season. Just try those out. If you don't like them, you can unsubscribe me. I just guarantee you that you're gonna like it. They're the reason a lot of animes were ever like considered to be there. They're the inspirations of the modern anime world. The modern anime world worships Dragon Ball Z and Naruto. Okay, that's an exaggeration, but idealized basically. Idealized. What about One Punch Man? I do like One Punch Man, even though season 3 was trash. Basically, because of the animation. The story was good. Oh, the resolution is going down, right? That's because of the network. Did I lag? I think not. Okay, thank you very much for staying. I appreciate your stay, of course. Your support means everything. Thank you very much, and take care. I will probably stream tomorrow around the same time, so maybe I'll see you again. Thank you for everything, brother. Have a good one. Have a good one. The anime talk was really fun with you. I'm glad I found somebody. I really appreciate when somebody is like a viewer is about to leave and they tell me that they're leaving instead of just leaving. They don't have to. You don't have to do that, of course. But when you do that, it really means a lot. Like you really care. So that's wonderful. Even I never do that. When I don't watch a lot of streams, but when I do and I'm interacting, before leaving I don't always say that I'm leaving. So that's very polite. A lot of you actually do that. Before leaving you always say that I gotta go, so that I can understand that why the views are going down. That's amazing. Extra politeness. You know, sometimes when you're extra polite, it can look cringy, but things like these, they're extra, but they're actually pretty good and logical. Very logical. I can't stand when people try hard to be polite. If you're polite, it's gonna be natural. When you try hard, it shows. You will notice. When you, like, for example, whatever Oscar did, it was natural from him. You can tell. And that's amazing. Unnatural ones, however, look stupid, sound stupid. The lighting position makes my body look very, very tiny for some reason. I'm actually a pretty big guy. But the lighting, if it was top down, maybe it would make me look bigger, but because it's like this, sideways, I look weird. Like a lot of parts don't even appear. Oh. Today, I probably will stream twice. Yeah, probably. If I get any kind of interruption, I will basically pause it and then start again. I'm gonna end it, of course, not like pausing the actual stream, but then I will continue starting a whole new stream. It's kinda unnecessary though. It is kinda necessary. Okay, let's read the story. I will make a story about this story. Sorry, I will make a video of this story for sure. Or maybe not. Sure. It's just testing down. It's just testing down. It's just testing down. The quality is getting lower for some reason. Top ranked. What just happened? What just happened? I see. Somebody just joined. 6 likes. Am I allowed now? Why the hell is black and white? I never used that. Why on earth is no? Now it's fine. Now it's fine, hopefully. I think it's fine now. Okay, so it's fine. Reposition my light. That's better. Okay, so it wasn't loading, but now that's fine. I think so. Is it fine now? It's fine now. I just realized I have to trim down my beard a little bit. It's been a while I didn't do anything, so it's looking messy a little bit. It's usually very groomed always, but lately I didn't do anything. I'm just trying to grow a little bit more from this side. Experimenting, basically. So I didn't groom anything. I usually keep my beard very tight. I was reading a very interesting story a while ago, but then I realized I should make a video on this. Or maybe I could just read the story here, right now, live recording, and then make a video with that already recorded stream. Story length, I don't... Sometimes I feel like keeping the light above my head because this gives a better look, but I don't have anything to hang the light. Okay, keep making. I'm just experimenting. And the tripod won't fit there. You need something to hang. Maybe I will mount something here. Maybe I will mount something here. And that's gonna give me a better light. Two. I see two people now. Two. I'm not sure if I'm gonna read it now. Maybe tomorrow. I will read it tomorrow. I am not so sure. This light makes my lip muscles flat because it's just washing my skin up. Angles and lighting, they're so important to understand your shape. What the hell? My stream was actually blank and I wasn't realizing it. Thankfully you told me this, otherwise I would be like, why am I not getting anyone? Like, why is it 0? It was doing great. Your kettle is acting weird, maybe it's haunted. How though? How is it acting very weird? How's it acting very weird? Sometimes it happens. The stream is actually active, but for some reason out there, people are seeing blank screen. And I don't understand it, because I can see myself always, you know? Technical issues are always happening, and when you're working with a team, you don't face those. Because you're with a team. Anything happens, they just keep fixing. You as a YouTuber just talk. It's making sound. You can actually send me the sound. Can you record and send? When my channel gonna grow big, I'm not gonna have a big team or anything, but yes, I will have some tech help every now and then when I go live, when I have guests. Because as a creator, I don't want to deal with a lot of technical stuff while talking. It's stressful. And maybe I will hire an editor. It's just, for my specific videos, you have to be a different kind of editor. I don't need a typical editor, you know? My videos are usually gritty, distorted, dark. You gotta master that. And if you can do that, I will hire you. I will show them my like my videos and streams, everything first. That's the theme I'm going for, and they will understand. They will study, and then I will hire. That's the idea. But that's for the future, not now. That's for the future when I'm like maybe 500 subscribers. I'm kinda curious. Can you send it? A YouTuber I watch has editors. To hire them, he sends them short clips of them to edit. Yeah, that's a great idea. Maybe that's what I'll do. But you know, this kind of feels like I'm you. Is it actually fine if I do that? Like, if I tell them to edit a clip and maybe they're gonna feel like I'm using their editing and I'm gonna use the clip. No, I don't think so. If I'm a big creator, they won't have any trust issues. Yeah, I can do that. But for me, a traditional editing skill won't work. I need horror kind. Yeah, for my gaming channel, however, that's different. But for gaming videos, editing is not that important. I can just play raw games and then just upload. No, I'm not gonna use the clips, but they can feel like it. Maybe they won't give their max effort because it's for free. So what I decided, I will first show them my videos so that they get the idea. And then I'll tell them to film something and then edit them that way. Or maybe I'll just give them my videos, a short clip, like you said. That makes more sense. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. But that's later. I don't want to talk about it now, because I really don't need it now. I'm not making a lot of money or anything. When I'll make a lot of money, when I'm gonna be big enough and I have so many audience to deal with, like I miss reading comments, that kind of situation, only then I will need some members, like, so that I can focus. I can just focus talking, that's it. That's all I have to do. I really want to feel light. Now I don't feel that much stress because I don't even have a lot of... It's like a classroom. When you're a teacher and you have like 20 students, you don't really have to think much. But when you have 200, you get stressed. That's it. Your mom probably gonna understand the feeling. As a small creator, I gotta think like a small creator. Sometimes I feel like I am a small creator, but my ego is getting bigger than my channel size. It's not a good thing. It's not. Editing ego, I mean. Like, I don't have to focus on too much higher quality right now. Like, if I hire now, I don't have to be picky. I understand, yeah, you obviously do. Okay, I see two. Who's the other one, I wonder? And how many likes I got so far? Maybe 7. I always see one less. Should I do what I can? When I increase the light, things look... 8 likes, okay. 8. 8 is actually pretty good. 8 is actually pretty good. Pretty good. And I just discovered one thing. Filters are actually bad for the live streams. Because whenever I use filters, that makes the stream laggy, sometimes disconnected even. YouTube gotta fix it. Like for example this one. I felt like using this one today because it looks very cool and it fits. It definitely fits, but this will ruin my stream. But right now I don't have a lot of people, so maybe I can do that. But yeah, they affect the stream. Absolutely. How about I use the back camera and then this filter? Maybe this gonna work better. Let's just test. Let's just test. Yeah, that looks better actually. Do tell me if I lag somehow. Do tell me. Maybe the angle is bad. Why am I doing my hands like that? Is this the right angle? What if I take the camera here? My whole body is not in the frame. I gotta adjust it. This filter is making me look kinda skinny because, you know, you can't see the shadows at all. And the light, of course. Everything is making me look skinny here. Like my arms are actually pretty big, but it's just creating a slender look for some reason. I don't like this. This is gonna give me body dysmorphia. This is gonna give me body dysmorphia. I mean, just notice the usually without the filter, the shadow actually looks like shades. You can understand that this is a body part, it's just the shadow. But now it seems like I have no flesh. That's weird. Kind of zombified look. Okay, whatever though. It's just a filter anyways. It is a filter, so I don't care. This is good for people who want to lose weight. They're gonna see everything skinnier. The shadows are like prominent here. Toast and coffee. Wonderful. Okay, the story I was reading a while ago, let me just read that for you. I'm not gonna read that entirely. I'll just read a little bit. Okay, here we go. You ever have a memory you wish you could just burn out of your skull? A memory that pops up every now and again, and when it does, all the same damn feelings come flooding back? Can you relate to this, Eleanor? This question. You ever have a memory you wish you could just burn out of your skull? A memory that pops up every now and again, and when it does, all the same damn feelings come flooding back? One of those memories that make you sick to your stomach? One that feels like a dream you can't wake from? I wish it was a dream. I wish I could go back to that weekend when the only thing I was worried about was Rico's cheap damn combos in Street Fighter. Okay, so he's basically talking about a gaming situation where he felt bullied. It felt like he was trying to talk about something very unforgettable, very scary, but he was talking about a gaming experience basically where he can't beat his friend in Street Fighter. Street Fighter is one of my favorite fighting games ever. Not number one, but one of the greatest ever, in my opinion. I play a lot of fighting games usually, and Street Fighter is top there. King of Fighters, Street Fighter, and WWE. WWE is considered as a fighting game, also a sport game, of course. But the air in Detroit is heavy with things that aren't supposed to be there. This is how it started for me. This is what I want to forget. Okay, so this is something he's going to talk about now. You know that feeling when you're being watched, but the person watching you is a mile away? That was at dusk. I was sitting on the floor of my friend Rico's living room. The SNES was humming, the TV screen throwing Jack blue and purple light over the walls. Rico was leaning so far forward he was practically inside the tube, his tongue poking out the corner of his mouth. Pretty immature. Is that what it said? It said what? He's basically giving... No, oh, my favorite game of all time? That was my opinion. I was talking about myself, sorry, I didn't clarify. Street Fighter is one of my favorite games. That's what I said. It wasn't the guy who's telling us stories. I should have clarified it. It was my mistake. It just synced up with the story. It was actually my mistake. But I was saying me's, and he was also saying me, so it just... Oh, that's okay. Okay, so that's the story. But let me read a bit more. I was sitting on the floor of my friend Rico's living room. Okay, I just read that. You better not hit that cheap move again, Rico. I warned. My thumb's aching from gripping the controller too hard. You're just mad because you're losing, Ant. He shot back, a wicked grin splitting his face. I ain't losing. The controller's ticking. You finally lose, he cackled. On the screen, Blanca lit out a digitalized screen and electrocuted my character into a pile of pixels. Blanca is a very easy... When I'm talking about me, or I'm talking something personal, I'm looking at the screen, of course. But since you're talking to your mom, you didn't realize. So I get the misunderstanding here. So Blanca is a very, very easy character in Street Fighter. You can, like... Even if you never played a fighting game, you can pick this character and you can just press the punch button over and over again and he will use the electric shock. It's like the most basic controlled fighter ever. But just because it's basic doesn't mean you can't use it in an advanced way, you know? There are more options, of course. So he's spamming using Blanca. When I first played Street Fighter, I was using Blanca a lot too. I think everybody used, because it's the most simplest character out there. Okay, so On the screen, Blanca let out all the digitalized screech and electrocuted my character into a pile of pixels. I groaned, dropping the controller against my chest. Man, that character is broken. How many audience I have right now? Two, just two. Rico didn't even look up. Life's broken, man. Okay. Adapt. That's a quite... like, he's being preachy suddenly. Behind us, Rico's older sister was sprawled across the couch. She had a textbook open, but she'd been open staring at the same page for 20 minutes. 20 minutes she was reading one single page, so it means she wasn't even reading. She was pretending. So, this is the story I'm gonna read, maybe. I'm gonna save it for later. And I will end the stream right now. Eleanor, are you still here? I'm about to end the stream. Today I was talking with Oscar a lot about anime. This dude is really a monster when it comes to watching anime. Not a real otaku or anything, not an otaku, of course. But he can watch like 30 to 40 episodes a day. If you watch animes this way, you'll feel good because you're basically busy all day. But I can't. Not because that I'm too busy or anything, but it's because I'll get interrupted. And also, I'm very disturbed. Even when I'm not making videos, my brain is constantly thinking. My brain is working because it's thinking about topics. It's thinking about video ideas. So I'm working even when I'm not uploading. My brain is dedicated to YouTube all the time. So I'm not gonna be able to watch 34 episodes a day, even if I want to, even if I'm free. Because my brain is always working. It's not a good time. I'm gonna stream later, maybe. This was just the half. Okay, let me just use the front camera. Okay, I see somebody now. I see somebody now. Of course, Eleanor is always here, but... they just changed the moderator's logo, I just noticed. It's not that settings icon, it's a shield. It's a shield. Maybe I won't end it. How about I just stay? I don't have to end it. Do I? I don't have to. Sorry, I was here. I didn't leave or anything. Okay, so I'll end